What was she thinking? This video is brought to you by The Tatum Store. The Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Comment on this video. Share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies. I've been waiting all day to make this video, and I think it's invaluable for a police officer or a person who has police experience to be able to explain everything that happened in this video. Because just like all of the other shootings that go on, people are completely confused and lying to themselves in many cases to try to support either side of the argument. One thing I want to set forth right now is that I never patrolled and I never was a police officer in the state of Tennessee. However, I looked up the laws. I know kind of what the laws say. I don't know exactly what their training is, but I can tell you what general police training is that is applicable in any situation with any police officer. This lady is nuts. It's clear that she had something to hide. She was willing to risk her life, which it ended up costing her life, to get away from the police officer. The police officer had a lot of stuff he needed to work on. His weight was an issue. In policing, you got to be capable of holding your own and being physically fit and confident. Therefore, you don't put yourself in a position similar to the way his position was. There's a lot of officer safety issues that I would have never done, that no officer should do. We can all learn from it. Before I get too deep into running my mouth about it, I want to pull up the video because we're going to watch it together. I'm going to go through play by play and explain to you exactly what happened from the police perspective, what happened from the law perspective, and how this lady was 100% responsible for what happened to her. And if she would have lived, she would have went to prison for what she did. Without further ado, roll the film. So we already starting out like this. He goes to do a traffic stop. He gets his lights going. You can see the light reflecting. He ran her plate and pulled her over for legitimate cause, and you'll see why he pulled over. But the first red flag of any police officer in any jurisdiction is when you are driving behind somebody trying to pull him over. You obviously came from the roadway. You're now in a parking lot, and they're not stopping right away. She could have pulled over anywhere in this parking lot, but that's not what she's doing. Still going, still creeping. Could have parked to the left, but she didn't. She pull up there, run into the curb, and it's the first thing she do. Jump out of the car. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this real quick. For those of you watching, you never do what she just did. This is the suspicion 101. When people are guilty of doing something they shouldn't do, or they don't want you to see in the car, they don't want you to smell in the car, they jump out the car and shut the door so the cops can't get in, the cops can't smell or see anything. Now, hey, it's your right to do that. This is not a safe way to do this. This will alert a police officer right away that something ain't right.
Just bring your bag out here. Ma'am, stop going.
Big officer safety issue. He's talking to her. She has her back turned. Now we know that there was a gun in the car, but he didn't know at the time. And this is what position he's putting himself in. He letting her dig in the car and not really doing anything about it. One reason could be because he's white and she's black. That could be a possibility. But regardless of that, he's not doing anything. This is a huge officer safety issue.
Through it. You come step right back here. What did you take out of it?
Nothing. I was
okay. All right, listen. Just come back here. I think we're getting off on the wrong foot, okay?
Because I'm really confused on why I'm getting stopped.
He's got several warrants.
Okay, that has nothing to do with me.
You don't know who's in the car.
Nobody's in our car.
Well, now I know that. However, now I'm going to address the other problems.
Now let's talk about this for a minute, because people have commentary and say they had no reason to pull her over because he wasn't driving the car. Why is they picking on black people? You run a plate, and if the plate comes back that the registered owner has warrants for his arrest, it depends on the state, but in the state of Arizona, you can do an investigative stop. That means that you don't have a traffic violation, but you can do a stop to investigate somebody who has warrants out for their arrest and they're the registered owner of the vehicle. You can do an investigative stop to where you look and make sure that the registered owner is not in the vehicle. He's wanted for crimes that he needs to be brought to justice for. Once he's not in the car, then that's fine. You say, hey, this is what I was looking for. The person that owned this car has warrants out for their arrest, so you might want to, have them take care of that, or you're going to continue to get pulled over. Now, obviously, she had more issues than just her boyfriend who owned this car, who had warrants. She had drugs in the car. And you are going to hear on the body worn camera footage that she has admitted to drugs in the car. She consented to a search, which at this point, if he smells marijuana in the state of Tennessee, if he smells marijuana or he has any reason to believe she has marijuana, he can search the properties in which the marijuana is possessed in. And it appears that she gave over her purse and that he's searching exactly where she said that the marijuana was. Keep rolling.
Okay, so you want my bag and all my belongings.
So just step right back here.
Can I use the restroom?
And let you know.
Red flag number 2. I need to use the restroom. I got to get out of here. That alerts a police officer like, oh, why is she? This is very simple. We should be done fast. Why do you want to leave the scene to go use the restroom? That's like when you about to get a whooping and you go, oh, mama, can I go get this real quick? Because you're trying to evade that whooping that's about to come. She's trying to evade this arrest that's about to come. But let's keep playing the film.
You know, it's being audio and video recorded, just to let you know.
Okay.
23. If you did have one more, that would be good.
He just asked for another unit. 23, if you have one more. He asked for another unit. She's back in the car digging around. Now, mind you, we know that she had a gun. This is what officers need to be paying attention to, because she's still digging around in the car doing something, and he's not stopping her. He's distracted.
10-4, dispatch any unit near Ewing Drive and for church, Ewing Drive and for church.
Can we step back here?
21 to 23, do you need me code 3?
Negative, just code 2.
So the officer just said, hey, do you need me code 3? Meaning lights and sirens, do you need me to get there as soon as possible? Is everything okay? He said no, code 2. He's been extremely nice to the lady. He's been kind to her, respectful to her. She's been reasonable. She's been defiant, but reasonable at this point.
So it's just in here?
Yes, sir.
See, so he said, so it's just in here? They already had a conversation about the marijuana that he's finna find in her bag.
Okay, was there?
Well, I'm about 5 minutes from you.
Is this?
Yes. It's probably another bag of weed.
So that was the weed that he found in her bag that they already had a conversation to, and she consented. It appears that she consented for him to search the bag. And once he goes in the bag, he can go all the way through the bag to find evidence of a crime. She didn't show him exactly where it was at. She said it was just in the bag. He looks through the bag. He finds marijuana. He can look for other drugs and other things in the bag, because just because she say, yeah, I have weed in the bag, don't mean it ain't crack in the bag. You know, just because she say I have weed in the bag, don't mean it's not an illegal gun in the bag. So you have access to search now that entire bag and turn it inside out, because there's evidence of illegal substance. And in Tennessee, possession of marijuana is illegal in that state.
Hey, Mom, I need you to come to Alpha Trinity Lane right here where Seco is.
Listen to what she said to her mom.
23 to
I
25.
just got pulled over because
See, I think at this point he saw the other drugs in there, because he just said 23 to 25. He asked, was this another officer available? Not his backup unit, but another officer, which appeared to be either a commander or a person that probably specialized in drugs, or he's going to get a female officer to come and search. Listen to this.
the mine name is on the card, and he wanted to know if he was in the code. He's not in the code, but I do got weed.
See, if you heard her, she said, she was talking to mom. She said, I do got weed in the car. So she's admitted that she told mom she had weed in front of the police officer. She gave him consent to search. And it appears that the officer may have seen something, because he just asked for a female officer by call sign, which means that either she specialized in something or he's probably about to search her person because he found drugs.
Are you available?
I'm right here in the Dollar General.
I can be in a couple minutes.
Brick Church and Ewing.
Very cooperative. Bridge Church and Ewing, telling her where her mama can come and pick her up at, or where her mama can come pick this car up at.
13, can I have you starting around? You're about 4 minutes away. Disregard on that.
See, he said, I'm going to go put this in the car. He turns his back on her, which is a complete bad officer safety issue. He don't know what she's doing behind him. He turns his back. He goes to put this weed in the car to secure it. And now look what she's doing. She in the bag. She back in the bag. She know what's in that bag. She back in the bag. He don't know if she hid something. He don't know if she took something, put something in the bag. He don't know what's going on. You cannot do this as a police officer. Turn your back and don't secure something that you're investigating.
Yeah, I'm not done with that though. Where's your
You're done with it at this point because she's already contaminated and did all kind of stuff to it. So you're pretty much done with it.
lighter at?
And it probably was drugs in there that she may have removed.
13, it says you're about 7 minutes away.
I'll get it for you in a second, okay?
So you would drive
Right there in your
at the Dollar General. Can I have you start from the 23?
You scaring me.
Thank you.
Look at that. Y'all see that? You see that? She had the dope. This powdery substance that you see. I'm going to go back and play it. She tried to grab the bag. She got a Newports out of the bag to smoke, but this is what she have in the bag.
You scaring me.
Thank you.
He pulls that out of the bag, which looked like a baggie with a white powdery substance. Okay. And now look what he does next. That should indicate that that's what he saw.
Yeah, come on.
Now he got to zip the bag up so the dope don't fall out. I think he took possession of it. See, she know he going in front of that bag, and she know there's dope in front of that bag.
Here, do me a favor, turn around.
No, hold
Turn
on.
around.
Don't put me in handcuffs. I haven't done anything wrong.
Ma'am.
No, don't put me.
Notice that the first thing she do, she grab her bag. She know what's in this bag. It's falling out now, but she know what's in this bag. She know she got cocaine crack in that bag.
You're about to get tased. Get down. Get down on the ground. Down on the ground.
See, when you about to go to prison for a long time and you know you didn't up, this is how you act. This is the police had nothing to do with. People are saying in blogs that she was afraid for her life. That's why she went through this. No, she know he found cocaine or crack in the front of that bag, and now she's in full panic mode.
No!
He didn't shoot her. Good on his part. So now you got somebody being extremely combative in the car. You have to use more force than this. You have to. Because what you're doing ain't working, and she going to start that car and run you over. You have to use more force than this. This is why people don't believe people that scream, help, 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 because this is what they do. She's saying, help, I didn't do nothing. We already saw she had crack, she had weed, she had cocaine. Now we know she got a gun in the car. She knows she riding dirty, but she's screaming help like the police officer's doing something wrong when he's not.
I didn't do nothing.
This is another reason why I never used the taser while I was on duty. That thing is not effective. It didn't lock her up long enough for her not to do what she's about to do next. That thing is not effective. Officers are going too hard in the paint to go after and do tasing instead of going hands-on. You have to go hands-on. That thing will fail you, as we can see in a minute.
Step out. Ma'am, put the gun down. Put the gun down. 23 shots fired. Shots fired.
10-4, 13, keep at that code 3.
She threw the gun down right here. She's got shot. She shot him first, as you can see, and hopefully when we go back to the other angle, you see she shot him and then he returned fire. She threw the gun down here, phone down, money falling out, all kinds of stuff. Keep watching.
23, I'm hit.
All this is laying out here. Money, everything, gun, everything. But she was just scared because a white man pulled over. No, buddy. She drives off. Later, she ends up crashing Probably because she lost blood or lost consciousness, because she did get shot multiple times and she ended up being transported to the hospital where she died. But I want to watch the rest of it from the other angle so you see exactly what happened. And I'm going to criticize this officer for some of his behaviors. Now, I know you could say, you know, Monday morning quarterbacking, but this is the way you train. This is the officer safety that you need to adhere to in order to save your life. Roll the film. So you can see this guy's big. It's a big old guy. This ain't good for you. This is not good for your health. You could tell he got stripes on his uniform, so he's an LPO, meaning a lead police officer, potentially in their department. LPOs, lead police officers on ours, you got to have tenure. You're a leader within the rank, beneath the sergeant. So he know what he's doing. He got experience. He's tasing her.
Step out. Ma'am, put the gun.
Look how slow he is on the draw. Panic, slow on the draw.
Down. Put the gun down.
So you see that first shot, boom, went right into his stomach. He's starting to shoot back.
23 shots fired. Shots fired.
So he's hit.
10-4, 13, keep at that code 3.
This is what you can't do. You cannot sit on your knees. I don't care if you're shot or not. You got to stay in the fight. You're on your knees pretty much giving up the fight. This girl ain't gave up yet. She turned the car on. She threw the gun out. She could have kept shooting him. You got to understand, she could have kept shooting him. He should have kept shooting her because she wasn't eliminated as a threat once he hit the ground. He heard her crank the car up. You need to keep engaging until there's no longer a threat. Now, just imagine if she decided she was going to run him over because that's her escape, is if she hit him, she can escape. He is on his knees. He cannot get up. He cannot roll. He cannot move. He's a dead sitting target. He don't even have his gun up. If she started going this direction, he's just going to get mowed over. He's not going to be able to use force against her to eliminate her as a threat using his car to run him over. You cannot do this as a police officer. You got to train to fight through it. Obviously, it wasn't a fatal shot to him. Fight through it. Stay in the fight, dude. Get up, move, get to cover. Do not sit out here like this and get run over. Thank God she decided to escape and not run him over.
23, I'm hit.
Now he could be going in a shock. He did get hit. But you got to fight through it. You got to fight through it. He's out of the fight. Now let's talk about this for a minute real quick, and then we can move on because I think it's invaluable for us to have a quick conversation. We've seen what we've seen. I'll post the video in its totality in the comment section so you guys can see exactly what the video entails, so you can watch it yourself without my commentary. But this is a clear example of how black people get smoked. Anybody, but specifically black people, they get knocked off and they want to say it's the police fault. If you wasn't driving a car from a boyfriend that has multiple warrants, you wouldn't even be in this position. Now that he has warrants, you are riding around with cocaine, crack cocaine, and marijuana in possession of a gun. In any state that you go to, and I couldn't find it specifically in the Tennessee statute, but in the state of Arizona and many states you go to, if you are in possession of a firearm while in possession of a legal substance, controlled substance, that is an aggravated charge. She has a gun that she knows she has. She's riding around with dope she knows she has. And you riding around in your boyfriend car, who's probably a drug dealer, who I would almost bet you $1,000 that his offenses are associated with the drugs. His warrants are associated with the drugs. You're riding around in his car. You're riding dirty. And then when you get caught, you don't just take it. This is the problem. You see Laquan McDonald, which that was an unjustified shooting. But you see all of these people, none of them are saying, look, I'm caught, bruh. I'm done. I'm giving up. I'm done. I got caught. He caught me. No, they want to fight. They want to resist. They want to run. They want to jump over buildings. They want to do all of these things that aggravate the situation, that heightened suspicion, jumping out the car, going in and out the car, want to go use the restroom, want to go here, want to go there, heightened suspicion that you are doing something that you ought not be doing. And what happens as a result? She shoots him and then bails and flees the scene later, subsequently losing her life. I would play the clip, but this clip is already long enough. Her mom gets on television and say, my baby didn't do nothing wrong. I want justice. After her mom watched her daughter do all of these crimes and shoot a police officer, and somehow she's the victim. Stop doing this. Have a honest discussion. The police officer was 100% correct. I think there's training issues that we can look at with his performance, but he was 100% justified in his use of deadly force against her. She was completely wrong. There's no excuse to be running. There's no excuse to be fleeing. There's no excuse to shoot a police officer. There's no excuse. She wanted what happened to her to happen. She wanted to flee. She did not care about that officer's life. If she would have been able to kill him and got away, that would have been her goal. Nobody need to make excuses about this. This is the reason why we can't change anything in this country, because people won't be honest. 95% of these police incidents are just as avoidable as this one, but people don't want to be honest. But Big Tatum got to be honest, because that's what I do. Like and subscribe to the channel. Visit the Officer Tatum store where you get Christ Privilege shirt, coldest shirt on the market. Go on and get it. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.